We'll be a little bit behind.
You listen to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, quick to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks the third tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst.
Young back to throw. In trouble. He's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs. Gets away again. Goes to the 40. Gets away again. To the 35. Cuts back at the 30. To the 20. The 50. The 10. He died. Touchdown 49ers.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. I clicked the wrong intro, so I had to cut that joint off. I almost did the click, boom.
I wasn't ready. You saw my face.
What is going on, faithfuls? Nothing But Niners crew is back, and we're here to bring you guys some breaking news on today, March 5th. All right, guys. Now, listen, man. We told you guys that some changes were coming last night during the episode. We broke down the fact that the 49ers found some new cap space, and Tony, you said it. It's time for them to start making some moves with this new cap space. And sure enough, the 49ers are making roster moves. So let's go ahead and break that all down here. Where are we going first? I got to find it.
Oh, it's right there for you, baby. Just click on that pick. Boom. Here we go. Breaking news. Cam Inman reported 49ers have signed 1-year deals with restricted free agents. Tight end Ross Dwelley will be back. Safety Marcel Harris will be back. And more importantly, they declined the 2021 option for linebacker Mark Zaucha. Tony, Brian, let's get him on here. How you feel about that?
Good. I mean, listen, we're trying to add up as much money as we could. We started the day, according to Spot Rack, 27,697. We dropped the Zaucha. We saved 1.6. We're up to 29.2. So basically what they did was they took Zaucha's salary and signed these two guys back as restricted free agents, which was a smart business move. Harris offers special teams value, and Dwelley is a piece of this offense, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Brian.
Yeah, I mean, they're good signings. I'm curious to see what the actual contracts were since the tenders were significantly higher. Because you're looking at $2 or $3 million, depending if you do an original or a second round. But since they didn't have to use the tenders, obviously they made them different offers, which we saw with a couple other guys earlier in the season, and they went with minimal contracts. So it's possible that we got both of those guys for, $660, $850, somewhere around in that range, for this upcoming season.
Yeah, man. And the thing I like most about it is you're bringing familiarity back to this team. You're bringing a nice piece back to the offense. A guy who was able to step in for George Kittle, a guy who was able to line up in the backfield. That's Ross Dwelley when the fullback needed to be back there. And then you bring back Marcel Harris, who played rather decent down the end of the stretch toward the end of the season. I still think he takes poor angle runs, but I'm sure with more games under his belt, that gets better with more time. And like I said, he's coming back to the same team. New defense might be a different attack from Marcel Harris. How do you think he's going to fit in this new defense? Are we going to change the scheme a little bit in that secondary? What do you guys think?
If they stick with the cover three, Marcel Harris is the strong safety, hands down, because he's going to be in the box, blowing up the run game for the opponents. He'll have probably the hook the flat responsibility in coverage and zone. But if you're looking for a box safety, it starts with Marcel Harris, and he will be the replacement for Tart if they move on. But remember what I said. It's got to be a cover three where he's at the line playing the run. We saw what happened a couple of times when he was in coverage. He got exposed a little bit. But, it's a good ad, and it keeps the special teams play up.
Agree. Well, there you have it, y'all. That's the breaking news, man. These shows going to be quick, straight to the point. More news is going to be coming real soon. I can guarantee it. Hopefully that Trent Williams sign. Oh, let me ask you about this. Now that the 49ers have some money, not show me the money, but they got some money, right? How likely is the Trent Williams signing going to go down? This is without cutting Jimmy Garoppolo too, by the way. Mm-hmm. Brian.
No, I think I'm still on the same boat. I mean, they're still going to let him test the free agency market to find out what his value is. That's his part of it, and then he's going to have to make a decision, if that's Jacksonville, if that's Indiana, or Indianapolis, and find out whether that's a better spot for him than here. But, I think that this front office has options out there. There's been a lot of offensive line who are being released on the interior, and there's a couple of trade candidates for the tackle spot. So if that's not a good deal moving forward for the Niners from a fiscal sense, given the fact that he's, going to be, if we're going to do like a 4-year deal with him, you're taking him into his mid to late 30s. And do you want to do that if you can go younger? So, I'm good either way, whatever the office decides to do. But there's definitely, there was a possibility we could have brought him back earlier from a financial standpoint, and getting more money just means that we can make that even more of a reality if that's what they truly want to do.
Hey, Tony, how old was Joe Staley when he retired? Just curious. 30 what?
33 going on 34, I want to say.
And Trent Williams right now is what, 32 going on 33?
Yeah.
Has any offensive left tackles played in their mid-30s? Like still to a good level?
I think Ogden played long into his career. I think Pace played long into his career.
Isn't Whitworth?
Whitworth is at least 35, 36. Yeah.
And don't forget, Trent Williams had a couple of, like, a season off.
Yeah.
You can subtract that from his football playing time. And I don't know, man. I'm a Trent Williams fan. I'm hoping the 49ers find a way to bring this guy back, but I totally understand the fiscal part. I totally understand the business side. What's a typical deal? They say, rumor is that they're saying Trent Williams is going to be the highest paid free agent in this offseason going into 2021. So give the fans some ballpark figures of what the 49ers might have to do in order to retain a guy like Trent Williams.
Well, if it wasn't for teams like Jacksonville or Indianapolis who have a little bit more money, who could, overpay him, okay. I think what you would be looking at is probably somewhere between an $18 and a $20 million annual salary, average annual salary.
Okay.
So, if you're going to do like a 5-year deal, you can do, I like round numbers. So a 5-year deal, $100 million, but it's just about how you structure that. That's what I've been tooting lately is,
okay.
When I go through my different scenarios, that's the scenario for Trent. Obviously, you could do less money, but a higher guarantee, and open up a little bit more money this season, gives us a little bit more flexibility depending on, how they want to structure that.
Tony, any ballpark figures for Trent? What's it looking? We got the 18.
I think if we can get him, it's going to be around the 18 to maybe $20 million mark. I think it's going to come down to this: if he wants to win a Super Bowl, he's got to go to a contender. It's not going to be Jacksonville. All right. The only real competition, in my opinion, then turns to the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
So that's an interesting scenario. But I think there's a lot of ties here. Kyle's here. Chris Forrester's here. They're his first O-line coach who drafted him into the NFL. And he's very tight with him. Very, very tight with him. And by promoting him to the official offensive line coach, it might have tilted it to our favor. So, but the only thing that's really scary about this is the state tax in California. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
So to get him that $18 million, to take home $18 million, well, let's say like Jacksonville offers him 20, we would have to go to 23, 24 to match 20.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
So, and that's why there's an issue with the 49ers always signing free agents because of the state income tax. So
I see what you're saying.
It's tough. It's a tough position, but I just think he's so comfortable here. He made it clear, along with he wanted to see what free agency was like, but he made it clear he wants to be here. So it's not, let's see what free agency does. I'm looking to see if I can cash it. He wants to be here. It's just whether they can make it happen.
I agree 100%. He definitely made it clear. And he was also with Debo online in California, San Francisco, getting a haircut, talking about he wasn't leaving out yet. Where Debo was back.
He's still in California.
You get what I'm saying? So
as we speak.
we just gotta relax on the Trent. Going forward, 49ers got a few coins. Who do you think the next in-house player that they have right now? Who do you think the next player is that they will sign? My guy is Jason Verrett. I'm hoping he's next.
Go ahead, Brian.
Pulling up my list of in-house free agents.
You got Verrett, you got Juice, you got Sherman, you got everybody knows we don't. I got y'all. Don't worry, we're not making y'all mad with Richard Sherman. We know.
I'm looking at my list, and I think the easiest decision to probably make going forward might be Mosley.
Because he's another restricted free agent.
Yeah, and they haven't.
I didn't know he was a free agent. I thought he still had time. I thought Mosley and Tart were the only sure coming back people. And what's the other dude? The other safety? Can't think of his name. Free safety too.
Travarius Moore
and him. They were coming back, right?
Moore's under contract, so he's
right.
Yeah.
I thought okay, so maybe I was wrong about Mosley. I thought Mosley was under contract still too.
He's restricted.
I think he's an exclusive rights.
That's the contract that he was under.
I think he and Brunskill are the next two people to get re-signed. And they're both exclusive rights, so it's going to be cheap deals. But there may be, I don't know how much when you have someone on an exclusive rights, when you own someone's exclusive right, I don't know if the agent can get involved to try to bump up that salary, because in Mosley's situation, that might be the case where they try to argue for more money.
But he didn't play a lot last year.
Based on the possibility that he may end up playing more this year, based on what our current secondary situation is.
Got you.
But like I said, I don't think that they can do that, but obviously I'm not an agent or in an agent's office, so I don't know what the actual tools they have or what, if they can add anything to that. Because I don't know why we haven't signed all of our exclusive rights free agents at this point.
Got you. I think Mike is ready to come back in. I'm not sure what he's not ready to come back in. All right.
But as far as like big ticket players, I'm looking at the other list here. I could see maybe Hyder being a number one target to get back because it's a lower contract. It's not like you're working out a Verrett or a Williams deal. He's probably he could probably get him back for $4.5 million. You might have to outbid somebody, but if you could get him back before free agency starts, that seems like it would make sense, because then at least you'd have, the defensive end opposite Bosa, or to continue to fill in. If Bosa's not ready to come back, then you have at least somebody who was on this team last year who did well.
We got some guys that we want back on this team.
Sure.
We got K'Wan Williams, you know what I'm saying? Jason Verrett. If you can get those two pieces, I don't know how, but if we can get them, that's good. I would like Kerry Hyder back, but if he had to go, I understood. Feel like we could pick some guys. We could pick somebody up in the draft too, as well. Can't sign everybody though, but I'm hoping they figure out ways to bring the majority of that defense back. And I think that would like fix the 49ers fan base. It'll allow us to kind of like relax. And now we just want to see them implemented in our new DC's, style of play. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's what it comes down to. With Mark Nazalcha being out, this is room for the young fella, Al-Shaair, to really like step up. And really, this is the season he should be making a stamp on himself. What do you guys think about Al-Shaair?
He got some play time last year. I like him. Go ahead, Tony. Sorry.
I like him. I like what he brings to the table. He's a speed guy. He's got a couple flaws to him, but he plays with high intensity. He's a pretty damn good tackler, and he just flies all over the field. I love it. I like what I see out of him. He is under contract though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's under contract. Yeah, he's still here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, just reverting back to your question, I think Mosley's next, and I think the next move after that is they're gonna redo and extend Tomlinson to free up more money.
Because they can open up like another $3 million, I think, by redoing it.
Tomlinson's only going to get you maybe $3, maybe a little over $3 for that. But he's a consistent left guard. You get continuity with that line. I think they could play good. He's a great locker room guy. So I think he gets extended 2-3 years, lower his number this year. But those are pieces that you could extend. Those are pieces that they're still at the prime of their career, and you're not going to – it's not going to be a situation in 3 years. You're like, holy shit, how do we move on from this guy? We can't afford him no more, and then get killed with dead cap. But those are the two moves I think are going to be coming soon.
Got you. All right, man. There you have it. That's breaking news. If you missed it, we'll post it again. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys are back. These are 49ers soldiers, and they will remain with the squad. Tight end Ross Dwelly, safety Marcel Harris, 1-year extensions. They'll be here. And linebacker Mark Nazaucha is outie. 5,000, man. Let's get on up out of here, man. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful.
We out, y'all. Peace.